The moment my body lunged forward, reaching for my coworker as if pulled by a force I didn't understand, everything I believed about myself shattered like fragile glass under sudden pressure. It wasn't a planned movement, not something I could blame on adrenaline or office chaos. It was instinct, raw, overwhelming instinct, born from months of unspoken feelings I had denied even to myself. My hand wrapped around her wrist before I had time to think, my breath trembling, my heart pounding with a truth I never wanted to face. That single moment, that was the beginning of everything. Call to action number 1, after the hook. Before the story continues, if you believe in kindness, healing, and second chances, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to channel name. Your support truly helps the channel grow. From the outside, the office was a space of neat desks, fluorescent lights, and polite smiles, but inside me, a storm had been building long before that day. I had always lived a predictable life, married young, became a mother young, divorced quietly, and rebuilt my world in the safest, least disruptive manner possible. I believed stability mattered more than passion, that routine mattered more than desire, and that ignoring parts of myself was simply the cost of being a responsible adult. But then Ava joined our team. She entered with a warmth that softened the sharp edges of the office atmosphere, a softness that somehow began softening me too. She had the kind of presence that lingered even when she left the room, a gentle steadiness mixed with an unexpected spark that made you look twice. I laughed more around her, spoke more openly, felt lighter without understanding why. She noticed things no one else did, when I seemed tired, when my coffee tasted burnt, when I was holding back tears behind a forced smile. Every kindness she offered dug deeper into places I had kept locked for years. And yet, I convinced myself that I admired her simply as a friend, that the way her eyes lingered on mine was just her friendly nature, that the warmth I felt wasn't what it felt like, but self-denial has limits. And mine crumbled the day everything inside me overflowed. IT was late. The office was almost empty. A storm shook the windows while I tried finishing an urgent report I had forgotten in the chaos of my already exhausted life. My anxiety spiraled until my fingers trembled, and the words on the screen blurred together. Ava noticed, quietly walked over, and placed her hand on my shoulder. It was a simple gesture, something she had done before, but that night, I felt something like an electric truth rush through me. A truth I tried to swallow. She didn't say anything dramatic, she didn't have to. She just looked at me, really looked, with those steady, knowing eyes that made me feel seen in a way I hadn't felt in years. I tried to look away, but she guided my attention back with the same gentle pressure of her hand. The storm outside intensified, and something inside me broke free, rushing out faster than reason could catch it. Before I understood what I was doing, I lunged toward her, not violently, not out of anger, but out of a desperate, terrified need for connection. My fingers wrapped around her wrist as if I were afraid she'd slip away if I didn't hold on. I didn't kiss her. I didn't confess anything. I just held on, trembling, as tears streamed down my face from a place I didn't know still hurt so deeply. She didn't speak. She simply held me, silently, with a stillness that told me she understood everything I wasn't ready to say. That moment, my unplanned, emotional lunge, wasn't the beginning of a romance. It was the beginning of an awakening, but the days that followed were harder than I expected. Shame clawed at me. I avoided her, embarrassed at my own vulnerability, terrified that I had ruined the only gentle connection I had allowed myself in years. Memories of the divorce, of the years I had spent suppressing something restless inside me, returned with force. I questioned everything, my identity, my past relationships, the version of myself I had built for the world. And yet, the more I tried to hide from Ava, the more my feelings tangled around me like vines refusing to let go. Ava didn't push. She never confronted me, never demanded explanations, never made me feel guilty. Instead, she left small traces of support around me. A sticky note with a soft reminder to breathe. A coffee cup placed quietly on my desk. A shared umbrella left at mine when it rained. These gestures were her way of saying, "I'm here." You don't have to run slowly. I stopped running. The turning point came not in a dramatic moment, but in one of the quietest. I was sitting alone in the break room, staring blankly at a photo of my younger self, the one who used to dream without permission. Ava walked in, hesitated for a second, then sat across from me. I braced myself for discomfort, but it didn't come. Instead, she offered a soft smile, the kind that held patience rather than expectations. My chest ached with the realization that I didn't fear her judgment, I feared my own. So I began to speak. I told